Hey everybody. Day 6, April the 15th lesson here. It goes over pages 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. Whew, that seems like a lot of work, but it is really not. Remember, you only have to do about four problems per page, so it's not that bad. So let's jump right in. All right, let me get my Elmo going here. Oh, there seems to be a guest coming. Can you tell him hi?
Hi.
All right, go back and play for a little bit, okay?
Do you need your glasses?
I don't think so.
I think you do.
You think I do? Okay, thanks. All right, bye, Pierce.
Bye.
Ooh, there's a glare on my glasses. I'm gonna take them off. All right.
Okay, glare.
So let's go here to this. I'm gonna make it full screen. All right. Page 22 is the properties of operations. Ms. Coggins wrote a note, and the Coggins machine cut it off. The second part. When adding variables, you'll get a coefficient. Okay, like on this one. So we had x plus x plus x. So we got 3x plus 5. Okay. And the other one said when multiplying variables, you will get an exponent like here. So we multiplied d times d times d times d times d times d.
Is there anything weird about me?
And
I have my glasses back on.
I see. And you get d to the 6th power. All right. Hold on just a minute. All right. So like I said, Ms. Coggins did some examples for those. This is more like combining like terms, okay? And it's been a while since we did this. Remember, like terms have to have the same variable and the same exponent, okay? Remember, exponents show repeated multiplication. All right, so 2 of them are already done for you. So let me do, I'll do number 2. All right. So I don't have anything that's like this. So I'm just going to write 56 again. Can y'all see that? That's better. Okay. I'm going to write 56, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 m's. Now, the reason I wrote 4m instead of m to the 4th power is because I'm subtracting, okay? I have a total of 4 m's that I'm subtracting. Minus 1m, minus 2m, minus 3m, minus 4m, okay? So that's why I didn't get an exponent. All right, let's look at page 23 now. The distributive property, and we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago or one day last week or so. All we're doing is we're taking what's outside of the parentheses and distributing it to everything inside. So 3 times x would be 3x, and then 3 times 2 would be 6, and your operation sign stays the same. Okay? Number 2, we're going to go backwards. Okay? We are going to go backwards, and we're going to figure out what the greatest common factor of 56 and 21 is. And if you want to, you can list those factors out. And I will do that. Let me find. I'll just do it on this piece of paper. Okay. I already know what it is, but that's just because I know what my facts are. If you don't know your multiplication facts, you can always list here. All right, so I'm going to start with 1 and 56. 2 will go, let's see, 28 times. Okay, and if you want to, go ahead and draw your rainbows. You'll see why in a minute. 3 will not go. Let's see. 4, 56 divided by 4 is 14. 5 won't go. I know 6 won't go. It has to be divisible by 2 and 3 for it to be divisible by 6. 7 will go 8 times, and I've met up. Okay, so 4 and 14, 7 and 8. All right, 21. 1 and 21. 2 won't go because it's not even, but 3 will go with 7. 4 won't go, 5 won't go, 6 won't go, so we have 7. So 7 is my greatest common factor. Okay, so that's what's going to go outside the parentheses. Well, what times 7? Let me do that again. Does that help make it better? I don't know why I'm talking to y'all. You can't hear me. What times 7 gives me 56? Well, what's it touching on the factor rainbow? 8. So that would be 8m plus what times 7 gives me 21? That's 3, and the variable is in. Okay, so that's how you do that one. I don't know why that glare is so bad. Does that help a little bit where you can see it better? I'm going to change colored pens in just a minute. Okay, all right, so that's 23. 24, evaluating. Please pay special attention to this right here. It tells you what your x, your y, and your z are equal to. I will do, I'll do number 1. So we have 13 times, what is x equal to? 3 plus 7. Now I have to remember order of operations. 13 times 3 is 39 plus 7, which that would be 46. Okay. Just remember, anytime you have a number right next to a variable, that means to multiply. That one's super. If you remember how to substitute, you should be good there. All right. Identifying parts of an expression says circle the sum or difference, product, or quotient. So like in number 1, that would be this. That would be the sum. Okay. Underline the term and draw a box around the coefficient. Okay, so here is that term, and I'm going to draw a box around my coefficient. Okay, all right. This is a separate term. Okay, so I'm putting an underline under it. In the parentheses ones, this is considered one term. This is considered one term. Okay. And then obviously that's my answer there. Okay. And then you'd have to put a box around your variable. Oh, it said the coefficient, y'all. Ah. All right. Scratch that. Scratch. The coefficient is 7. I'm sorry. See, this is why I need y'all with me so that you can correct me when I make these mistakes. Now, for this n here, it doesn't have a coefficient written, but we know that the coefficient is 1. Whenever there's not a coefficient, we know it just means there's one of them. So you can either write a 1 on the coefficient or just leave it alone. I'm so sorry. Okay. Moving on. Maybe y'all will read directions better than I do. Translating numerical expressions. All right. Oh. Remember on these, the subtraction ones are a little difficult. Okay. So it says subtract 17 from x. So this does not mean 17 minus x. We're taking 17 from x, so it would be x minus 17. All right. Number 2, I'll go ahead and do it. it says the sum of 14 and 3. So sum means the answer. So that means we've got to do that first. Addition problem. And then divided by R. Okay? So if it asks you to find the answer to something first, sum, product, difference, quotient. Okay? Those means it's telling you to find the answer of those two numbers and then do something to it. So we had to find the sum of these two numbers and then divide it by R. Okay? Remember, you should have in your math binder a list of words. We made a tree map, I think, where we had all the words that could mean sum, all the words that could mean difference, and things like that. So that might be helpful with this. All right. Page 27, writing and evaluating expressions. Okay. So here it says write or simplify each expression involving exponents. So what we want to do is we want to take these, like Ms. Coggins did here. This was 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. So 1 to the 4th power. Okay? Let's look at number 4. Sorry, y'all. My allergies just came in from outside playing. I have R. How many times am I multiplying it by itself? 2 times 3. Okay? Now, you might, we'll just leave it like that. Okay? Now, number 7, I'm sorry. Number 7, what this means is, well, 10 plus 2 is 12, so that would be 12 to the 2nd power. Okay? This one right here, you're probably going to have to, that's a little blurry. I hope all of that been. Go ahead and solve it all. Okay? Figure out what 4 to the 2nd power is. It's not 8, hint, hint. Okay? And then just evaluate that on out. Like I could go ahead and figure out what this one is, and that'd be 144. Okay? You don't have to do, you don't have to do it that way. But on this one, go ahead and do that. And this is 10 to the 2nd power. Maybe on 8 and 9, if you choose to do one of those. Try to do at least one of those. Actually figure out what your answer is. Okay? And that's it. That is all of them. I know it seemed like a lot of work, but it should go by really quickly. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Let Ms. Wyckoff know. Send us a reminder, whatever. We will be going over these on our meet on Wednesday at 1. So, see y'all then.